Thank you very much. So I will be speaking both in English and Spanish, if you allow me. And it's a pleasure to welcome all you here in Madrid. We hope this is the first of many other meetings in the future. I want to thank you especially Benita. Everything that Benita touches gets quality and gets success.
With the help of all the colleagues, Diego, Miguel,
and Benita has,
you have to speak more loudly.
Yes, Benita has created a team and a culture inside our firm that is benefiting everybody working with her. I also want to thank you, Diego Solana. Diego has an international experience. He's a partner of the firm, a young partner of the firm. His father was Mr. Pesk in Europe, Secretary General of the NATO, and he has been always involved in international affairs, and it's a pleasure to have you always here, Diego. And also to Miguel Larios. I'm especially thankful. Miguel is also one of our international partners. And I want also to thank Pepe Dominguez, who has been extremely helpful to organize also the meeting. So we have here someone from Agencia F. We just invited one media. I don't know if English is enough for you, or should I? Yes? Okay. So just for you to know what is happening. So today we're going to give birth to a new network. There are many networks in the world, but this is particularly one who is going to try to put together law firms from Europe and law firms from Latin America, and particularly law firms from Eastern Europe and Latin America. So it's America, the whole America, and it's Europe, the whole Europe, but there are two worlds that speak not very much to each other, which is the world which starts in Germany, in Austria, and goes far away to the east. And there is another way, which is Rio Grande to the south, and really there are very long ways. We are going to have other guests from other countries. We have 32 law firms who has decided to join the network, 22 countries. That includes Canada, US, Mexico, Chile, Paraguay, of course Venezuela, Costa Rica, and from Europe it includes, of course, Spain, Germany, Austria, the UK, Poland, Finland, Hungary. Let me just mention some of the firms, like Busin Mufimavante, who is here, BMT, or Aston Société d'Avocats, so Oliver Sanvitis as well. Busin Mufimavante is, BMT is already, it's not an old friend, but it's a good friend. We have been doing also things together. Also, Joet Peláez Castillo Duque from Venezuela, Ayala Dillon Fernández Linares Severo from Venezuela, Agniastopoulos from Greece, Callado Guerrero from Portugal, Estudio Jurídico Olivieres Gurrari from Paraguay, Schatzets Budgets Law Firm from Poland, Binda Grossman from Austria, thank you for coming, Monetary Law Firm from Hungary, Kraft Rechtsanwälte from Austria as well. So thank you everybody. You have made your trip to come here. Juan Manuel Diaz, from our partner from Colombia, Juan Mata from Mexico. So many good friends that we hope we have an intense day. So who is participating today? We will have two introductory keynote speakers, which one is Andreas Beer from BMT, and the other one is Michael Reitz from Filski. So Michael is chairman of the Global Association of Law Firms Networks. So it's very interesting to see how other networks works. I will let you know in detail what is our proposal for today and what is the culture we want to have here. We will have later an hour for networking. So it's not just a coffee break, but it's very important that we have at least half of the time that we spend together. We spend together talking to each other, knowing each other, connecting the guy from Poland to the guy from Costa Rica, and so on. We will try to make our best efforts but it will happen alone, because once we have the time for it, we are all here networkers. That's why we are here. And we all know very well that attorney within our own jurisdiction are competitors, but when it comes to international field, we are all collaborators. We are really helping each other, and it will show. So we have three moments for networking. One was this coffee for half an hour from 9 to 9:30. Then we will have some time before we start the working session at the lunch. We have another half an hour. We will have 1 hour from 11 to 12 o'clock. And then finally we have, during the walk, we will walk from my apartment, from my home here, which is very close to here, to the Congreso de los Diputados, which is our parliament. We'll have a nice walk, which is a 30 minutes walk, 25 minutes walk. And we'll have a car if someone wants to go by car, but we advise you to go through Puerta de Alcalá, through the Plaza de Cibeles, to see the City Hall and all these particular in front of Prado Museum. Then we have some time there to talk to each other, to know each other. During the visit to the Congreso, it's going to be also an opportunity to know each other. So around 6:30, everything will be finished, and we hope it will give you some new friends, some new opportunities to do business and to work together. We will have Congreso de los Diputados is usually closed on Friday afternoon, so it will be open just for us, and I hope you will enjoy. This is the house of democracy in the country. And it will show you will get to know many things about our different constitutions, our putsch, our accidents in our democracy, and how it works today, how the parliament works today. It's very important because, you know, we are right now, yesterday we started the new election campaign, a new political campaign. So who is coming? We are all here part of the network, but at 12 o'clock we'll have Luis Martín Mingarro. Luis is the chairman of UIBA. UIBA is the Unión Iberoamericana de Barras de Abogados. It's Latin America Bar Associations Network. So it includes every bar association of every city in Latin America, and they gather together in this institution. He will talk about how is justice in Latin America, and very important, a bet for freedom. That leads me to something that we are going to create within the network, which are practice groups. And one of the practice groups, one of the major practice groups, the first one we want to promote is the one for human rights for freedom. We do M&A, we do banking law, we do tax, we do everything. But we went to a law firm where we started that we have to pursue for justice. So there is something we should never forget, even if we are right there on the top doing very sophisticated transactions, international transactions, which is we can do it before people are free to trade. But there are some places where people are not free to trade. So that will lead me to the next point. We will focus specifically on the lunch on Latin America, but particularly in Venezuela a little bit as well. You know that Venezuela is right now under a strong humanitarian crisis, political crisis, very close to a conflict. It's already in conflict. And we will have there the father of Leopoldo López. Leopoldo López is a leader of the opposition. He's in jail. Hopefully he will be soon out of the jail, and I think he will be sooner or later the president of Venezuela, of the new Venezuela, of the free Venezuela. So we will talk a little bit about it and we will have some call to action. You will see that in the lunch, okay? So what we have on the 20th of June, there is an appeal of this decision to send this leader to jail. And then we will talk what we are going to do, but we are going to invite some of you to participate on this. On this lunch, we'll have also Mr. Alberto Ruiz Gallardón, who is the last Minister of Justice. He was Mayor of Madrid, Chairman of the Community of Madrid, and he's a very distinguished national political leader, and he will participate in the lunch. And we will have a keynote speaker, which is María Ángela Rebois de Andrade Simoes. And she's in charge in the SEGIP, which is the Secretary General of Latin American countries. He will be in charge of law, human rights, and is a coordinator for legal affairs. So, just to give you some figures, we, among ourselves, among our firms, we include about 2,200 lawyers among this network who is going to start today, and we include about 800 lawyers. This is about partners who are doing international work as well. You will meet small firms, but you will meet medium-sized firms, and you will meet also big firms. Finally, just to start with the speakers, I think it's relevant that you participate at 1 o'clock on which going to be the constitution of the firm, of the network. So we're going to have a public notary here. It's not going to be an association. We will explain you later, which is the nature of what we're going to do. But we're going to be declarating some principles also to the world. So we are not doctors, we're not architects, we're lawyers. So we're dealing with some critical stuff of the society as well. And we're going also to propose some principles were, I think, in the nature of our legal profession. So I think we have also included this social responsibility in what we're going to do. It's not just about fees, what we're going to discuss, or business practices, but it's also, we still want to change the world for better. I hope we will keep that in mind in everything we do. So thank you for coming.